Morning everybody, it's the Fragrant Jock here. Hope everybody's safe and well and getting on with it. Another very autumn day here. The leaves are really changing now and all different colours. It was good to see Barry's video and a few others predicted as well with his walk in the woods. You see all the changes in the colours, it's really good. Anyway, this is one that Predicted actually commented on in his autumn review, and today's honest opinion is on Versailles 1722, and this is from Pocket Sense. I've bought a few from Pocket Sense. I actually like the Blood Axe. It's very close to Creed Viking. Purple Gourmet or Gourmand, Purple Gourmand was one of their new releases, I think this year or last year, and that was really good as well. I really liked that. I really up my street, the Gourmand. A lovely scent and a very decent price. But let's spin the globe today and see where we end up. I forgot all about that. Where is that? That's Papua New Guinea again. I seem to have the same spin all the time. I'd be crapping that Wheel of Fortune. Somalia, there we go. I always remember the movie, Ridley Scott's movie about Somalia. Black Hawk Down. It was about Mogadishu and the kind of warlords in Mogadishu. It was a really great film. Ridley Scott really done a good version, or the only version. Some great actors in it, and it was about basically the Americans getting in, and they ended up getting basically circled by the gangs and picked off one by one, but ended up they get reinforcements and eventually got them out. But it was a lot of bad error by the Americans. It wasn't a great strategy, a bit like Vietnam, you would say. Anyway, this is dedicated to all the good people for Somalia, no the warlords. Anyway, today's Versailles, or I think that's how you pronounce it. Versailles actually is the place in France, or a city in France, or a town in France, whatever. And it really was famous for housing the kings and all the past governments. Now it's just like a place of like a museum. It's basically a place of a lot of tourists go there. But in old school days, centuries before King Louis, and that's where all your royal family were based. The royal palace is still there, and most of the government. So it was really famous for Versailles. Obviously now it's all in Paris, but centuries before, Versailles was a place. Anyway, Versailles 1722 is based, it's an inspired expression of Leighton by Perfumes de Marly, who name all their fragrances after breeds of horses, or horses, which is a great idea, I think. Anyway, I'll give you some of the notes in this. Green apple, lavender, orange, bergamot. It's got florals in the mid, geranium, jasmine. It's got patchouli, cardamom, pepper and sandalwood. This retails for $24.99 for 50 mls. Leighton retails for, the cheapest I can see it is $166, and I think that's on C Cents, and that's for 125 mls, and that's quite a good deal. I think Notino have got it around about the same price, I'm not sure. Notino did have a code PDM30 and you were getting 30% off, which was a great deal, but that's gone. That finished on Sunday, I think. But I've got Leighton and I've now tried this, and I've seen Dan Talk Sense as well do a review on this, and he was quite right in most of his stuff. They're very close, and for the price difference, there is a big difference. The only difference I can tell with this and the real Leighton is a wee tiny bit smoother with its vanilla. A wee bit, tiny bit, tiny, but you would expect that. I mean, you know what I mean, the price difference and the ingredients are going to be a wee bit richer in Leighton at that price. But Matt Wilson, who owns Pocket Sense, I take it as a perfumer, it really does a good job here. And Matt, he's a really nice guy. He's emailed me a couple of times when I've bought things. Really pleasant, humble guy. I can kind of see him on different things and comments, and I can tell he's quite a humble, quite a nice, you know, decent guy. Doesn't he want the limelight or anything like that? I can tell he's quite a shy guy, but humble as well. Anyway, well, I think so. That's my reading of it. I think that's my psychology coming out. But this is a really lovely scent. As I say, if you really like Leighton, or you've tried Leighton, or you've got a sample of Leighton, it is very expensive for a lot of people, and it's just out the price range. Or if you want to try something that, you know, something that was near, or, you know, 90% of Leighton before you buy it, because there's a lot of reviews, some good, some bad, but most of them are good. This is very close, and it lasts. I've worn this a couple of times out, and it's quite cold now. You could get away with this any time of the year. But I've worn this out a couple of times, and it projects for a good 2 hours. I can still smell it, getting wee whiffs of it now and again. So obviously other people can smell it. And I would say it lasts in me at least 4 to 5 hours. Now that is good for the price range and what you're getting here and how close it is. The real Leighton itself probably lasts for another hour, so you've got to take that into consideration and put the two of them together. You know, price range wise, this is a great deal. I really recommend this. For me, at the moment, this is probably my favourite from Pocket Sense so far. Matt was kind enough to send me a sample of Man in the Mirror, and that's a inspired expression of Reflection Man. That's very close too, and I'm going to let that settle a bit, and I've let this settle. I always feel as if you let them settle for a couple of days, obviously they're getting transported and things like that, let them settle for a couple of days, and you usually get a better kind of smell. Especially if something's coming for the States or something like that. This didn't, this is only in Glasgow, hopefully, but I mean, I still let it settle for a day, but this is a lovely scent, and it really is close to Leighton. Man in the Mirror is very close to Reflection Man as well, but I still say this is my favourite, and I'll definitely be buying more of it. Even if you've got a small sample, or like I've got a couple of samples of Leighton, I tend to spray Leighton, maybe 1 or 2 sprays, and then I put 3 or 4 of this on. You know, because at that price you can afford to, and the two of them mix well, really good. Anyway, I think that's about it. I hope everybody has a good day, and as I say, I totally recommend this scent, Pocket Sense. As I say, I'm not getting anything out of this. If you look into them, I'm sure as well, if you stay in the States or whatever, Matt will organise something to whatever you pick or whatever you choose. He would do his utmost to get it to you. Okay then, bye for now.